Hello, we are Group 17, and as part of our CA357 assignment, we made a mock DCU timetable. Our group consists of Connor Burns, Connor Bean, Keen Peppered Leonard, Colin McCann, and myself, Sean Fraddle. Starting out with the final aims we had for this assignment or goal, we decided we should be able to have a fully fledged web application where end users could look up from a course code a timetable. We thought it should be accessible in terms of both navigation and appearance. It should be quick and straightforward to use. Any interaction the user has with the user interface should come out of habit. And we wanted to have fixed links, which was something we thought the current timetable system really lacked. You can't really bookmark the timetable in the current system, and we thought that would be a really nice feature to have. Talking a bit about the design process, we decided on using HTML, CSS, JSX, and JS as well as ECMAScript. And this was mainly because we confined ourselves to using the React.js framework. A bit about some tools we used. We used Webpack, which minified files to improve the page loading speed. And we also used Wave, which is a web accessibility evaluation tool as suggested by Joshua O'Connor. And this was really useful in evaluating how accessible our site was as we developed it. Some challenges we faced when designing the site: we had to meet web accessibility requirements and standards, so such things as adding arrow space and enter key support for the suggestion box as required to be accessible to screen readers was quite difficult, along with making fixed links so visitors didn't have to search every time. It was quite tricky using React Router and some modifications to the web server. Then for a quick demo, which is available also at ca357.seanfraddle.com. Here you can see it's just the timetable search. It's asking for a course code. I can enter in a course code such as CA, and an autocomplete menu will appear. Alternatively, I can go to EC. Then I can simply use the arrow keys to go down. I'm on EC3 right now. I can hit enter. You can see it's complete. And I can hit tab and then view as well. And here I have a timetable. Now I'll pass you over to Connor Burns, and he will talk a bit about the user evaluation.
My name is Connor Burns, and I will discuss our user evaluation method, the task in which they undertook, and the target users. The method was to complete a simple task on our prototype. Upon completion of this, our users would fill out a Google form answering some simple yes, no, and why questions. Opinion questions were also included. This method was chosen due to simplicity and time constraints. However, as a group, we also felt we would get the best overall feedback from this. The task. The task was navigating to a computer applications or EC timetable. The users had to find out what is on during a given time and day. Users were asked to note any issues they felt with our prototype along the way. We supported course codes from EC1 through to EC4 and from CA1 through to Case 4. The users. We had 10 users evaluate our prototype. All students were within DCU. The students we chose were mostly non-technical business students as to account for the generic DCU timetable user base. Group 18 members also evaluated our prototype. One user was apparently colourblind, which aided us in our colour scheme throughout the evaluation. Dr. Donald Fitzpatrick tested an initial prototype after a lecture to ensure navigation of table and course code combo box was accessible. It is also worth noting that any users received the plain language statement and consent form where applicable.
The first question on our user evaluation was, would you consider yourself from a technical background? 10 responses were put in for this question. 70% returned no and 30% returned yes. The reason we checked from two different backgrounds, for example, computer applications and possibly a business course for a non-technical background, is that we wanted the website for the timetable to be accessed by all students across DCU. We didn't want to be contained to a certain market because we want to benefit each and every student in DCU. The next question was, do you find the information is displayed in an easy to understand manner? 10 out of 10 responses voted yes, not a single vote for no. This is exactly what we wanted from the get-go. No student is going to use this timetable website if it isn't easy to understand. Students want to hop on, find out what their next class is, what their timetable is like for the week or what it's like for the whole semester. They don't want to have hassle. They just want to have it easy, simple, right in front of you. There it is. Next question was, do you feel the design of the website match your expectations of a timetable site? Perfect. Once again, 10 out of 10 responses for yes, which is what we are looking for. The user experience is shown to be very, very good here with the return of the votes. And once again, it's going to bring students back to it because they have a good experience with this website. So they'll want to use it more and the design will entice them to come back.
My name is Kyle McCann and my student number is 17103517. I am in group 17 for this assignment. Today I'm going to talk about the questionnaire that we'd given to users. For all 3 questions we had 10 responses with mixed results. I'm going to start off with the following. The question that we first proposed was, did you find the website easy to navigate? Of the 10 responses that we had received, they all said yes, 100%. This is interesting as usually you would expect yes or a no. However, all users seem to be in agreement in finding that the interface was easy to use. The second question we had proposed to the participants was, do you feel it was easy to find your course timetable on this website? Of the 10 responses, 9 of them, or in this case 90%, had said yes, and in this case only 10% said no, which means only one user did not find it easy. And finally, our third question, was the overall text visible and clear? Of our 10 responses, again like the first question, we had found that yes, for all participants, the text was visible and clear.
User evaluation. After users ran through our app, this was some of the feedback we got. Most of the negative feedback we got was from formatting issues, which would be easily fixable, while the positive feedback was actually what we set out to achieve, such as it's now bookmarkable and colorblind friendly. Improvements via feedback. If we continue the design and development of this application, here are some of the things we would like to implement. We would, of course, address any negative feedback we got from our user evaluation and then look into adding new things. Some of the things we hope to add are loading the current week, the ability to add classes to your Google Calendar, and also search based on location. Assignment review, what we would have done differently and what we learned. For requirements gathering, we would have gathered information from a wider range of users. This would ensure we understood all the necessities for the application. With the prototype, we would have liked to start it earlier, so we could have got some quality of life improvements in. We could have better managed our time if we had more planning and incorporate some aspects of CA314, such as UML diagrams. Using our questionnaire showed us that that when you get an outside source to test your application, they would usually spot things that the group has overlooked and would have liked to get more people with disabilities involved in the testing. This concludes our presentation. Thank you for listening.